All right, hey, Mike Holmes here. I got my Bible, and let's have a Bible study. We're going to get going in Nehemiah chapter 4. I'm looking forward to spend a little bit of time in the scriptures here tonight, so glad that you could join us. We're going to start, like we've done on all of these, by just taking some time and reading the chapter and kind of being up to speed with it. If you got time, read the whole book of Nehemiah. At least get the chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we'll be jumping to chapter 6 next week. But we're going to take some time right now. We're going to read chapter 4. If you get a special chance, time, just make sure 15 through 23. That's sort of where we're kind of wrapping up this chapter with some thoughts there. So let's take a few moments and let's read the Bible. All right, hope you enjoyed that. There's definitely some interesting things that were going on here. We've got some questions here today I want to go through. I've got 4 different questions for you, and they're all pretty easy ones. Got some good introspection type things here. In verse 15, the counsel of the enemies was kind of found to be fruitless. And so what I want you to do is just take a few moments with your table, with your people that are there, and review a few of the things that this Sanballat and Tobiah and the other guys, kind of tried to do to stop Nehemiah. And then here's kind of the sort of very simple question. So you're going to review a little bit of what happened there, and that'd be all the way through, the very first chapter. You can review some of that. But here's the question then, other than the review. What are some of the tricks that the devil uses in this day and age to try to trip us up? Okay, the devil clearly was at work trying to stop things there. What is he trying to do in this day and age? Or what is he using in this day and age to trip us up? So take a moment and go through that question. All right, I hope you got some good things there. The list of things the devil certainly tries to trip us up, and the list could be large, very large of things that you came up with here. So, moving into the chapter, we find that Nehemiah and his helpers were, they had to really be well armed. There's several things that kind of talk about, they split up, and then some of them had a sword and a trowel, and they were kind of along that line. So there's a lot of things, and even though they were very well prepared, what verses, and I want you to really read from 15 all the way through 23 there. There's a couple specific verses. See if you can find them. What verses really tell us who was in charge, okay, of protecting them, okay? And it wasn't just Nehemiah; they had their stuff, but you'll be able to find a couple verses there. And are there other verses in Nehemiah that you recall, going back a few chapters? Are there other verses that really show how God was in control of all of this? Let's review some of those verses that show that God is in control of our battles. All right, let's jump to the next one here. As we kind of see Nehemiah, getting ready here, what are some of the ways that Nehemiah prepared his workers for the conflict? In other words, kind of take a look at some of the strategies that they had there, because there was definitely 2 or 3 different things that were going on in this little section of scripture that we studied. So, and then the question I really have, beyond just like what was some of the strategies they had, is here's the question I have: how can we prepare ourselves for the daily battles with the world and with the flesh and with the devil? Okay, there's really 3 things we fight. We fight the world, we fight the flesh, and we fight the devil. How can we prepare ourselves? What strategies can we use to prepare ourselves for those battles that are coming every day? All right, and now we're at number 4 already. Just some good questions here, but we're made it to number 4. Okay, wrote this down. There's no question that this portion of the scripture deals with hard work of wall building. Okay, probably a few of us have ever done this type of hard work. but it really deals with kind of some of the details of that. So it was doubly difficult due to the fact that they had to kind of protect themselves and always be prepared there. So here's a few questions here. Why is hard work so rare in our culture? Why would it be hard to see a lot of people actually doing hard work in our culture? And here's another one. What is worth working hard for? That's kind of a hard sentence, but what is worth hard work in your life? What are some things that are worth the hard work? And then the last question, kind of tied to that one, is can you support the hard work ethic with scriptures? In other words, they did it there, and obviously it was a story, but are there other verses in the Bible that talk about that we need to work hard? So take a look at that one there. All right, I hope these questions have been good for you. We want to take some time now, have some prayer, so you can pray that God would help us to be worthy workers and worthy laborers. So that would be a good thing. And there might be some areas of the church, areas of your church, or you want to like say, hey, we need to pray that we are better workers in this area, or we need workers in this area. So in your prayer time, let's take some time and thank God for the good things we've learned here, but also pray for the hard work that needs to be done in regards to local church. So take a few moments and have some prayer time there. As always, we appreciate you being here for our Bible study, and make sure you join us here next week. We're going to jump into chapter 6. Okay, so go ahead and jump ahead and read chapter 6, and we will see you next week here at our Nehemiah Bible study. So God bless. We'll see you later.